Hello, Billo here, to talk about a problem that I've been thinking about the last day or so. The problem of, does what we decide really make any difference? And if it doesn't make any difference, does that make any difference? If we take one extreme point of view, that of John Paul Sartre, we might say that, as he said, that we choose our existence every moment, every day, endlessly, and we cannot help but choose. The only thing that we have no freedom about is the fact that we must choose. If we say we're not choosing, that itself is a choice. On the other hand, we have a view of modern physics that everything is determined. There is no extra left over from the laws of physics. That once we find the cause, we find the effect, absolutely. Now this was, of course, the idea of Newtonian mechanics, disappeared in physics and reappeared in some way related to the idea of multiple universes. But in any case, it's also related to the idea of consciousness. Because if everything is predetermined and we have no choice, that from the moment of the Big Bang, our entire existence is decided. Now, we don't know what that decision was that the universe made when it began, so we execute our lives as if we have freedom, but in fact, we may be just simply creating endless alternative universes, and each one, there was no freedom. But what then happens to consciousness? Well, who cares? Well, who cares? You care, because without consciousness, you don't exist, or do you? One modern idea of information theory is that when information is processed fast enough and there's enough information, there's enough density and speed to the information, somehow when certain parameters are met, consciousness comes into being. And so you may not know whether you're in a matrix because you cannot tell what was the form of existence that led to your consciousness. You're only conscious of basically what's around you. In a way, we could think of consciousness in this sense as kind of like a movie, that the characters in the movie are conscious and they go through the movie, but they cannot change the movie. We watching it can change the movie, but the characters inside the movie, if they were conscious, they wouldn't be able to change their existence. And in fact, maybe our consciousness is just a movie that we see having just run a fraction of a second behind reality. Everything had been decided and we see it as if it were happening and we were choosing parts of it. Now, this is a kind of a fatalistic point of view, and in fact, that was the idea of fate that the Greeks had. There was no choosing. You were stuck with your fate. And so you just had to face up to it. But why? That itself is a choice, and you have no choice. So you do or you don't. Seems to me that there must be some choice. Otherwise, the physicists are wasting their time. Thank you. Bye.